Welcome to the IT Experience Podcast. We're here to guide IT and global business services professionals in navigating experience management, focusing on how to optimize budgets and drive better business outcomes. Join us as we discuss the trends, tools, and strategies with top industry experts that are transforming the future of service delivery in large enterprises. This podcast is brought to you by Happy Signals, the leading experience management platform for IT and global business services.
Hey, welcome to this month's ITXM Insights. So this is the episode where we go through current issues, promote some of the content that we have found from the internet, and then also go through some events that we have been participating or are coming. And also maybe if there's any other topics that we like to talk about. And I think one of those topics, Sami, is 10 years of happiness.
Yeah, it's a huge month for us. This is the 10th. So we are now a 10-year-old company, which is quite a long journey that we have had with the team. So we celebrated that in France, in Nice, with the whole team for 3 days. So it was an amazing event with all the people and having great discussions and start spending great time with the team. And I think we can be proud of what we have been achieving in this 10 years time. So it was a good time to look back and think about how things have changed, because like 10 years, there was no terms like XLA. Even watermelon was not existing at the time. And all this kind of stuff has been coming up as a quite known things in the experience management industry. So, and big thanks for our employees, first of all, but also for partners and customers for this journey. We have learned a lot with every one of you, and that has been kind of giving us the strength. But how has it felt for you, Pasi?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, I say like 10 years, but I think I'm just actually looking forward for the next 10 years. Like you said, like when we started, it was so early days for all experience management and all these topics. But now I think it's really caught on. And like when we look at some of the events and topics for today as well, everybody's talking about now experience management. So as a vendor trying to create a solution for that space, it's awesome to actually be able to do it.
Yeah. If we look at now how many events we have about experience and events where we are going to talk about the experience in next month, 10 years ago, that would be the 3 years time span.
But Sakari, how does it feel for you as an employee that has joined? You're now been here for how many years? 6?
4 years. 4 years. 4 years.
Okay, this is how
feels like 6 years.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it feels great, and I think one of the big like bonuses of working in a company like Happy Signals is the fact that there is this core principle that it is about people first. And when everybody in the company shares that view, customers share that view, partners share that view, then it's so easy because you spend much less time convincing people about it. It's just something that instinctively and intuitively people know that it is important to focus on people first.
Yeah. Cool. But hey, maybe then we go on with the agenda for today. So going through some of the new blog posts. So Sakari, do you want to go through some of the new guest blogs that we have had on our website?
Yeah, sure. So we'll be looking at the 4 different blog posts today. And as I was reading through them, there was actually a little theme that sort of ties all of them together. And this theme also is quite suited for this 10-year anniversary of experience management. And the first one is by Stephen Mand called Why IT Support is Really People Support. And this really highlights the change in IT that has happened. And one thing that Stephen highlights there is that there are benefits to changing the mindset from being IT support to being people support. And it's really important to recognize that IT support is fundamentally about supporting people, not technology. And this means that the support today that you're providing has much more people skills needed, soft skills needed, on top of the technical skills. But as we then look at the next article or the next blog that we have is from Roy Atkinson called See Your Image, Not Your Reflection as a theme for experience management. And what Roy then goes into is that good experience metrics are like good portraits. They catch us in the act of being ourselves. We get to see ourselves as others see us. And the theme here is then a little bit the same as the previous one. Don't focus on the IT stuff, focus on the people. And when we focus on the people, we need to understand how they see us. So it's not about how IT would see themselves in the mirror when they look at their own reflection, but really go out of their way to understand how the people in the organization see them and what the image that they have of IT is. Yeah. And this perception is a reality for many people that are using these IT services. Cool. And when we then, this sort of carries on nicely to the next one, which is an article by Rayan Bruno and Greg Golding from Happy Signals. Rayan Bruno is not from Happy Signals, but Greg is. And one of the things here is that as you start with experience management, there is often a little bit of resistance because it's not the way that IT has been used to doing things. And if you've been in IT for a long, long time, maybe you've learned that this is the way that it always has been done, so we must continue on this path. And what Rayan Bruno and Greg are highlighting is that it is important to form a tiger team. And I was like, what's a tiger team? I had to Google the definition for that. But a tiger team is a specialized cross-functional team brought together to solve or investigate a specific problem or critical issue. So I thought that was quite a cute term, tiger team. So go form a tiger team to solve the watermelon so that you can get happier people in your company.
Cool. Yeah, I think and Bruno and Greg, they have been, when writing this, they have been a tiger team as well. So
yeah.
Great to see Greg contributing and doing a blog. I think, if I understood right, his grandfather has been a writer in the past. So that was one of the things that he really loves writing. So
yeah,
hopefully we see new blogs from Greg in the future as well.
Well done, Greg.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, then we have the fourth one.
Yeah, and the last one is like what IT service quality means in 2025. So now as we think about changing from IT support to people support, and not seeing a reflection but the image that people have of you, you created your tiger team to get this off the ground. Well, then it really like leads to the fact that you can now understand service quality. And IT service quality assessment must move from what IT thinks is happening to what employees or end users think. So as you see, there is a theme here. There is the theme about why we do this thing, how things have changed, what you need to put in place for this change to happen, and then what this will mean in the future. So I don't know if somebody actually like planned this well, but there was a nice theme sort of going from the past to the future. And as we celebrate 10 years, I thought this was a really, really nice match.
Yeah, I think it is, we have a great team on the content side. So I think they have thought about that. So yeah. All right. Then maybe we can move on to some of the events.
Big thanks for Stephen and Roy and everybody who has contributed to these blogs. It's great to see big thinkers to publish their thinking.
Exactly. Yeah. But then going to some of the events for November. So first, I think November starts with the ISG Digital Summit in Dallas on November 13th. So
there will be 3 people from our team there in Dallas for that one. So I will be having my US 2 weeks, first in ISG and then in the next event that we are going to present. This is not a huge event, but a great event. I think we will learn a lot about what others are thinking about experience management in that one. Yeah. There will be 3 of us. So if you are there, just come to talk to us. Happy to have good discussions about experience management and XLAs and whatever. Also, if you want to come to that event as an IT leader, contact me. We still have free tickets for it. So we can help you to come to that event as well as a participant. But yeah, first time for me in being Dallas and first time to be in ISG event, face-to-face event. So
awesome. And I think this starts our pink journey in US in a way that we have a stand there, the pink stand finally. Many times, we have been visiting the US events without a stand, but now this starts the US tour with the pink stand visible there as well. So yeah, come and say hi, come and get a demo on the site and just come and have a chat about experience management. And then the next thing kind of comes on November 4th. We have our own webinar happening, Introduction to Human-Centric IT Experience Management. So if you have any colleague or any other peer that you think should learn the basics, like what is really human-centric IT experience management, just invite them, send them the link. It's on the show notes, so they can have a short introduction to it. And that's, of course, a virtual online event, so it's easy to join in. And also, like if you register, you can watch it later as an on-demand thing. But then kind of continuing with the physical events, on November 17th, some of you are moving from Dallas to Orlando. Yeah. So there is the HDI Service Management World.
Yeah, we are really thriving from Dallas to Orlando with
so you have a pink Cadillac.
You might have a Cadillac, but not so good pink, I think. But of course, this is an event where we have been participating before. So really waiting now with the booth, as you said. There will be 5 of us in this event, so you will find pink people there. Also great to meet a lot of our friends. There will be Neil Keating speaking, and I will be speaking, and Rayanne will be speaking, and a lot of people that know a lot about experience management will be speaker in that event. So if you still can join the event, for sure, it's one of the best events I know in US. It will be interesting to see what is the situation, what people are talking in the US. For me, it's also education for myself, because of course I know the European market better than US market, but our team there will be, the US team will be there as well.
Yeah, I visited 2 years ago, and it was a really nice event. It's like a compact enough that you can actually have you can meet people, speak with people, and then have a time to, have a bit of a dinner and that kind of things as well behind it. But yeah,
really waiting for that.
Yeah, come and say hi there to Sami and the team. And then there's an UK event happening on actually November 6th. So this is a little bit earlier. Yeah. So it's a continual service improvement topic for an SDI event. And our Mark Buick is there speaking about how to tie in continual service improvement and experience management together. Because I think they really do go a lot hand in hand. Yeah, but that really kind of sums up, I think, the November. It's a quite event-heavy month, at least for us. Yeah. So yeah, hope to see you guys live there. And then Sami and Sakari, you visited this month in October the XLA Institute UK chapter launch event. So can you, some greetings from that event, and how was it, and what was talked about? And
first of all, we joined the XLA Institute as a founding member now in September, and really had good discussion with the key team there, Alan Nance and Neil Keating and others to really understand how we can together help enterprises and being end customers to us or partners to us, really together to push the XLA way of working and giving the understanding to different organizations that how to do it. It was an excellent event. So we had there about 40 people. Discussion was in a great level. It was good to understand. So Alan Nance was running a workshop there so that the partners, so providers, were talking about experience management and what are the issues and problems for them in XLA way of working. And on the other hand, customers, enterprises were talking about the same thing. And then we summarized those, what are the differences and how people see differently from partner size compared to customers, so that we could find a way of how to do stuff in a common, agreed XLA way. We cannot list in these all the things that were listed, but there were a couple of things that were a bit surprising for me, which was a great thing, because otherwise that would not give us much information if there wouldn't be new information for us as well. But the thing when partners said that they feel that they have to educate the market a lot about XLAs and experience management, that was, to be honest, a new thing for me, because mostly we hear from customers that they have to educate the partners to do XLA way. So kind of my conclusion of all of this is that, yes, the XLA Institute work is really needed to define one way of talking about XLAs and experience management so that we talk about the same thing. Because the only thing what I got is it's not that people wouldn't understand experience management on some level, but there are differences how they see it. Yeah. Because customers are telling to us that the vendors don't understand it. And now vendors in that event were talking a lot about customers not understanding. And that made me feel like, please use our framework as a basis. There will be other frameworks for sure that you can use and have somebody to help you to do it, but do it together with the vendor that you have the same language. Yeah. And that maybe was the kind of the surprising finding for me. On the other hand, customers, the biggest issue for customers of implementing XLAs or experience management was unclear roles. And that was not maybe a surprise, but it was so clear main message from the customers that who does what is the response of the vendor, what is the response of mine, what is the response of different people in IT. Yeah. And I think those are kind of experience management, even though our company is 10 years old, experience management as a way of working is still young.
Yeah, in this context.
In this context. And we know that the first customers who have bought our product, they have bought it for something they have believed for years. Yeah. So they have had the passion to invent the ways of working while doing it. Yeah. And we are happy to have been the possibility to be part of those journeys. Yeah. And that's why we have combined all those learnings to our framework, ITXM framework, so people have a bit easier start in that journey. But still, I think that's ITIL, everybody knows that. Everybody has certificates on that one. Experience management still young. So it's quite clear that this kind of work with XLA Institute is doing is a great thing to help everybody to understand what works and what doesn't. The easier start. Of course, you have to adjust. As always, you have to adjust ITIL to your own cases. You have to adjust the XLA frameworks to how you work. But great start. Great start.
What about you, Sakari? What was your takeaway, and what did you learn from the UK event?
I think maybe the main takeaway is that the XLA Institute work, and they managed to gather people from different disciplines and different communities. So at this event and also at the XLA inaugural event in Amsterdam in June, you could see that there are people coming from the DevOps world, coming from the SIAM world, coming from our point of view of sort of ITXM, and all of these people are now uniting around this common cause of getting that shared language. Because as Sami said, like these principles of experience management, focusing on value, they're not new, but there maybe hasn't been a easy way to get everybody to speak the same language. And it seems like this work now really has the potential to become that glue that brings the different frameworks together as well. So it's complementary to other ways of other frameworks. And I think that's one of the big benefits and a really promising thing with the XLA Institute work that now has been started.
And maybe I could also remind our listeners that we also have a lot of these free resources, because we also believe that teaching people how to do it, sharing the best practices that we gather from our customers is gathered on our website. So we have this page that is maybe not so much shared, ITXM best practices. You can find here things like how to assign experience offices, how to establish experience management office, which has been written again together with Niall Keating from the XLA Institute. How to do objective setting. You said, we did, which I believe was one of the cool topics in UK as well, that, to recognize that communicating back to your employees about what has been done to the experiences is really important. And of course, then there's also the ITXM certification. So there's the course that you have built, Sakari, here, that you can take free, just to get people speaking the same language. So I think that's just the start, and then becomes, okay, how do we really practically assign roles and start doing experience management? But these are maybe some free resources that you can just freely go and use and take benefit out of. And
I think it was, still have to kind of combine that. There was a lot of smiley people that had a passion about experience management. And I think that's the thing that brings makes us believe in our journey as even more.
And I think you can still, you can go to the XLA Institute website, you can become a member of it as well. So it has started, right?
And there will be similar kind of event in US 25. I don't know yet when that will happen, but follow the XLA Institute website and you will get the information when.
And we'll keep you guys updated in this podcast on these events as well. Okay. Any last words, Sakari, for this month's episode?
No, maybe just as one person to mention, Ari Langerak, who is really sort of the coordinator and driver of these events, making them happen. So my hat off to Ari for having already organized 2 great events, the one in Amsterdam and now in the UK. So good times ahead.
Nice. Good. All right. Anything else, Sami, in your mind? Come and see. Come and hopefully meet a lot of people in US on your tour. And then, joining those other events. But we'll be back next month with another topic and going again, like the things that has happened then during November. So hopefully in that podcast, the next one, we'll hear greetings from the US events, how you felt, the maturities, what are the main topics? Does it differ from the discussions we have in Europe and so on?
Yeah.
Cool. But, hey, thank you, Sami. Thank you, Sakari.
Thank you, Pasi.
Thank you.
And as we usually end it, stay safe and stay happy.
If you liked this episode, please give us thumbs up, rating, or share it with your colleagues to help others learn about this topic as well. To learn more, go to happysignals.com.